Hey, what's going on guys? It's Ryan here from Game Essays, and in this video I'm talking about the Gerudo storyline and dungeon, so spoiler warning for only that section of the game. I may allude to how I feel about this section in relation to others, but I won't go into details about any other section. I'm going to assume that you've played this, so I'm not going to do a full recap. I'm just really here to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. And I pretty much liked this entire storyline. I thought it was really fun and pretty strong top to bottom. It's cool how you get to Gerudo Town and nobody's there. It's completely empty, and then you discover that they are bunkered underneath the town and they have shops all set up. They got a whole thing set up underneath there, so that was cool. Like, there's this whole new section to Gerudo Town. And then quickly after that, you do meet Riju again and get one of the coolest abilities of the game. It's super strong to be able to have that lightning attack. It just can be tough sometimes to have Riju catch up to you when you want to actually use it. Sometimes she's doing a lot of close combat, so I was having trouble finding her sometimes when I wanted to use that ability. But overall, this story was super cool. You're defending the bazaar, you're defending Gerudo Town against the Gibdos. Everyone thought these enemies were going to be Redeads, and for some reason, even though they look a lot like Redeads, they decided to make them Gibdos. And Gibdos traditionally were like this mummy-like creature, which I guess makes sense with mummified Ganondorf that they bring the Gibdos back. But they definitely looked way more like Redeads, but I guess because Redeads are, I guess, like zombie humans and Gibdos are a little more ambiguous if I'm not mistaken, they decided to go with Gibdo enemies instead of Redeads, and I guess that gave them a little bit more freedom to make like flying Gibdos and stuff like that. The only disappointment I would say was the defending Gerudo Town section felt a little too brief. Like, that should have been more difficult. There should have been more going on there. You set up these defenses, you decide which side you want to barricade, which side you want to have an army on, and it felt like it really didn't matter because you just kind of go and shoot the hives and they get wrecked like super quickly. So it didn't seem like there was a point to even doing the prep work that you're supposed to do before that fight. So that was the only thing that I would say that was a major disappointment. Otherwise, between defending the area from the Gibdos and then doing this cool like Indiana Jones-esque thing that is similar also to the Wind Waker, where you kind of create that triangle of light to then make the dungeon appear, very reminiscent of how you make the Tower of the Gods appear. That was super cool. And then the dungeon itself, in my opinion, is probably the strongest dungeon in the game. And one thing that I think the beginning of the dungeon was almost my favorite part, because you're just kind of going through the Lightning Temple and you haven't understood what you have to do yet. You're just kind of navigating through it. You haven't gotten to the area, the main terminal thing, where you realize you have to activate all the different switches or whatever to raise the elevator. You haven't figured that out yet. So you're just kind of creeping through, not knowing what's going to happen yet. And I really like that part. But overall, that felt to me close to a traditional dungeon, the most that I've felt so far. It really did feel so close. Now, I'm not going to say it's on par with some of the best dungeons in the Zelda series, but so far in the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom era, this is the closest they've gotten, and I did enjoy this dungeon. The boss Queen Gibdo, I liked how we kind of have this preview fight at the beginning outside the temple, then she flies away, and then we fight her later, and it was legitimately challenging. Those Gibdos were crawling at you real fast, and it was tough to find the right balance of staying under the light so that they could be weakened and you could easily take them out, but then finding the right moment to go to the next hive to take it out. So it was a legitimately challenging boss that I thought was really strong. So the entire experience to me, I thought was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I've played all 4 of the regional phenomena, and to me, this might have been top to bottom the strongest one. There's some sections I might like about other regional phenomena a little bit more, but if I were to go like an average of rating the entire experience, I might go with the Gerudo section. It was kind of interesting. It was called the Lightning Temple, and I'm almost certain that this is the first Lightning Temple, at least by name, in the Zelda series. But nevertheless, super strong storyline. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and I'll catch you guys next time.